Where the heck have you been, girl? Hi. Um, it's always so weird that YouTube always feels like the homiest of homes. But it's not like the place where I get the most engagement or make the most money or whatever. But there's something kind of cool or interesting or inspiring about just setting up the camera, not having to do like a lot of tricks or transitions or have background music, and just getting to sit down and talk to you, and you sit down and watch me, and sometimes you talk back, sometimes you don't, but you're listening or you're here. And long form content is a pain in the ass to edit and film and script, but there's something to be said about long form content, right? So all of that to say, with this intro, although I have been posting on TikTok and Twitter and Instagram and to my mailing list and to all over the platforms, I have not been consistent at all on YouTube here this year or last year or even the year before that. 2020 was like my most consistent year on YouTube, where I had the biggest and most growth, and I thought I had a fire under my ass, and I was like, I'm gonna do it, and I just didn't. So, but here I am. This isn't a short. I am here to talk about so many things that have happened. And I love that on YouTube I get to film like a 20-minute video and just talk about like everything that's on my mind, like a little video diary, right? So, first things first, I wrote a book. I wrote a book. And it has been quite a journey. It also has been such an experience doing this, creating this book of mine, a first time author. Like, I finally actually kind of get to say I am an author, and that really is something inspiring to me. And I'm just like beyond I wrote a book, right? So the title is So This Is Why I'm Broke. The cover is a dream. And there are some high points and low points of writing this book. I shared it very often on the socials, but I didn't know how to kind of show up on here and talk about it. But of course, there was like difficulties writing, and then lots of difficulties editing, and difficulties even when the book came out with like all the shipping issues and digital delivery issues on Amazon. And then I didn't get to do my own audiobook. So there was just like so many things, but meeting people who have read the book and like them explaining what it means to them and how they feel about it, and the reviews that I've gotten, and signing the book and talking to people who have like so inspired by just like me showing up in my little corner of the internet, has been a freaking dream. And I cannot wait to see where this book goes and where this book takes me. And it is absolutely an exciting time in regards to that, being an author. But there have been so many other things that have happened. I was laid off in November of 2022, and I shared that earlier in the year. And at that time, I did not know what I was going to do. I had initially started applying and interviewing places because I've never not had a 9-to-5 job, and I was really just terrified about what full-time entrepreneurship would look like and feel like. And so that was like my immediate trauma response, or immediate like just reaction, was to start looking and applying as quickly as possible to get another job. And then I took a beat in February, and I said, I had a really phenomenal month in January. I was like, I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to give this a try and see. I do, thankfully, as that is definitely a privilege I know that I have saved enough money and made enough money to hold me over as I try to figure this out and navigate it. So February, I said I'm going to stop applying and give it until June, right? And so today is June 25th. And my therapist, my significant other, everyone, like, they're like, okay, do it until June, see what happens. And so February, another really great month for Millennial. And then March, April, May slowed down a lot, especially because I was focused on launching the book and doing all things book. So I didn't make as much as I made in the first 2 months. And then I had to start spending a lot. And I say have to with a grain of salt because a lot of it was for the book. And it's like, well, you could have chosen not to do that. But I spent a lot. And I am a nervous Nelly when it comes to spending a lot of money and not bringing back that same amount of money in. So I started to freak out and panic. Had a full-blown panic attack, nervous breakdown last week, which my partner was here to like make sure I stayed away from, doing any bad things. But I just felt like I couldn't do it. I can't do entrepreneurship full time. It's not in me. I'm not built for it. I'm not cut out for it. I'm not as successful as I feel like I should be. I'm not as successful as my counterparts and other people in the industry who, we're in the kind of the same lane, same category, who started after me. I just feel like I wasn't gaining as much traction as they were. I wasn't growing as quickly as they were. Or my content wasn't just as creative as it used to be. I definitely feel that I have not been as creative this year as I would love to be, or how I've been in the past. I've always prided myself on my content being extremely different and my content being fun and engaging and creative and taking risks and trying all new transitions. But that takes time. And time is a huge investment when you're trying to launch a book, promote a book, make money, be a CEO, be your own assistant, be a blogger, be a vlogger, edit, do all these things. So creativity took an immediate backseat. And so I felt like I was kind of coasting on the fact that, well, I have a lot of followers. I'm going to still give content that is definitely valuable, but it's not going to be as engaging. It's going to be a tweet that acts as a reel, or it's going to be carousel posts that, whatever. But I didn't feel like I was pushing the envelope anymore. And I feel like because I wasn't being as creative or creating as creatively, that I wasn't growing at the traditional pace that I tend to grow. So that happened. And so I've been very hard on myself, and I know it's just me being hard on me about not growing as fast enough, not making as much money as I want to or need to sustain myself and the business, not being able to manage the life that I thought I wanted. Essentially, I wanted to work for myself. I had been saying it for the last 2-3 years. Even when I left teaching, I was like, I'm just going to work this job and do this job for a year or two until I can fully go full time with Millennial. And it's just going to be this most amazing, perfect thing. And it's not. It is not. It is hard. It is difficult AF. It is lonely. It feels competitive in a way that I've never competed before, right? You're competing for space. You're kind of like screaming out into this void and hoping someone will listen or hoping someone will become a customer. And, you want to provide value. I do provide value, but it's just like, well, what makes my offer different from this person, or what makes this different from that? So I felt a lot of self-doubt. I still feel a lot of self-doubt. I don't know. I still don't know. And I feel like I should know, right? It's been 6 months since I've been laid off. It's been 4 months since I decided to do this full time. And I still don't know if it's for me. I still don't know if it's what I want to do. And I don't know what I want to do. So that's frustrating. And I know from a mental health, therapeutics, soft life, self-care kind of vibe and, voice, that I don't have to know right now, and that I can still take my time and decide and figure it out. And I will always have the love and support of my friends and family and significant other, but I kind of wish I knew. It's hard. It is so hard. And it's like, oh, what was you? Blah, blah, blah. People are going through so many things. And that's just another thing, another layer where I'm like, I don't have the right to complain. I don't have the right to, say like, oh my God, this is so hard, where so many people want to be an author. So many people want to be a content creator. So many people want to do the things that I am doing and live the life that I'm living. And I'm here complaining like, I can't figure it out. So that's kind of where I'm at in my head. And I know my therapist and my friends are like, I need to give myself grace and be gentle with myself. But I'm showing here with you and saying these things that I think a lot of people feel and a lot of people think and don't want to say or admit, because it's uncomfortable and it's weird and it feels whiny and it's confusing and it's just all these things to verbalize and say out loud. And so here I am throwing that up out here for you to digest. So there's that. And so what people have asked, am I going to go back to teaching? I don't know. I was speaking to my assistant principal the other day and she asked me, she's like, are you ready to come back into the classroom? And besides just feeling an immense amount of shame and embarrassment to, go back 2 years with like my tail tucked between my legs, that feels like an extremely easy way out. And it feels like it would lead to an immense mental health crash, to say the least. So I don't think I'm ready just yet. I think I am willing to give this entrepreneurship life until the end of the year. I think I'm willing to perhaps look for a new job and balance entrepreneurship for the rest of the year, but I don't think I'm ready to go back to the classroom. I don't think I will ever be ready. I don't know. But for right now, that's not on the table as an option. But I never say never. I truly, really wish I knew, but I don't. Here comes my dog with her little tappity taps. Hello, Noriega. Welcome to the party. But so I am just navigating friendship and being a great sister and daughter and friend, and it's difficult. I don't think I'm doing so great at any of them, but I'm trying my best. And for those who are not following on the other platforms, which is fine, you should so, I am also now in a relationship. Girl, what? But since I subscribe to the Beyonce School of Arts, I don't really share much or talk much about it. And I'm not going to do that here either. But I, for the first time, am in a relationship that I'm having a great time. And I feel loved and supported and taken care of, and it's really given me the opportunity to lean into my feminine girly energy, which is not something I typically do. I'm very just not that. So it's kind of nice being girly and bubbly and feeling smiley with someone. Nori agrees. She loves him too. So that's nice. And just navigating that and trying to figure out what I'm doing next. Gonna have to bleep this so YouTube doesn't give me a strike. But yes, so that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing. I have recorded like four other videos. As you can see, it's like nighttime, so I got the ring light on me and I'm sweaty and gross. But this video was important for me to film. And I hope that it at some point helps you in some way. Maybe it helps me when I come back and look at it for all like 6 people who are going to watch this. Yes, I'm going to continue the journey and see what happens. Who knows? But thank you for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace. I don't even have my nails done. Like, that is how crazy. All right. Bye.